There are 26 tarot cards hidden across Ravenwood in the Life and Death DLC. I'm going to go through every card, every location, and every requirement in this video. The timestamps are below if you're missing a specific one. Before you do anything else though, find a Tarot Tome Shrine. This is an ancient book that can be found in each neighborhood in Ravenwood. Click it and choose the option, What's This?, to learn about the Order of Lenore and get the first card, the High Spellcaster. The Order of Lenore is comprised of 4 NPCs, each having 2 favors that you can do for them. Complete both favors for each member and you get their 2 cards. To figure out where each NPC is, you can click on the shrine and put your cursor over each helper's portrait to get hover text. The actual Sims in your game may differ from what you see here, but there will always be 4 different helpers. Let's start from left to right with the Widowed Father, who gives you the Lovers and Emperor cards. He can typically be found at the Moon Revelry Festival, which luckily is tonight in my game. The festival is held in the Whispering Glen neighborhood on the riverbank across from the Ancestor Carving. Find the Order of Lenore member there, introduce yourself to them, and click Offer to Help with Favor. A pop-up will appear with 2 different favors. The first requires a visit to Morningvale's Afterlife Anonymous, which takes place every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The second one requires a Family Day festival to complete. The Family Days are every Saturday at Crow's Crossing from noon until 8 p.m. in-game. You can find a detailed to-do list by opening your Sims career panel. There's a bug where the Deliver Toy option doesn't show for the Widowed Father. If this happens to you, make sure that you've done everything else in the quest and that you have multiple base game toys in your Sims inventory. If it still doesn't show up, you can try using the UI Cheats mod to cheat the quest. If the Family Day Festival isn't for a few days, note it and come back to this one later. Don't burn time waiting. Just move to one of the other NPCs next, and then come back and do it. The next helper is the Ghost Host. If you're lucky, you'll find them at the Afterlife Anonymous meeting when you attend it for the Widower's favors. If they're not there on that night, you can try going to another meeting or visiting them at their house. For the Ghost Host, you'll need to find Percival the Patient, who is a ghost cow plant found in Morningvale. Then you'll need to level up your cooking skill enough to bake a cake. Be careful with this next step. Click the cake and choose Take a Slice. Your Sim is going to immediately try to eat the slice of cake. Very quickly pause the game, cancel the eat action, and once your Sim has put the slice of cake down, put it in their inventory. Then give the slice to the Ghost Host. That's just the first quest. The second quest takes you to the Baleful Bog, where you dip your toes and join the world of the dead. Don't worry, it's only temporary. While you're a ghost, you'll need to unlock the abilities that let you use ghost powers and gain essence. I recommend getting the abilities to create messes and clean them up again to really help speed through this one. The third helper is the Death Obsessed. This sim can be found at the Thind Festival's Tarot booth on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You'll need to travel to a library or find a bookshelf somewhere and learn Thanatology, then purchase a death flower from Wayland, forage around graves if you have Enchanted by Nature, open rare seed packets, or travel to the Magic Realm and purchase them in Caster's Alley if you have Realm of Magic for the first quest. This one was one of the most time-consuming of the lot when I played through this collection. Don't give up though. Just keep trying different things and you'll eventually get there. If all else fails, go to your home lot, use bb.showLiveEditObjects and bb.showHiddenObjects cheats, search for Death Flower in Build By mode, and then place the Death Flower on the ground and have your Sim pick it up. The second one is a bit easier though. You'll need to meet a ghost. I recommend attending an Afterlife Anonymous meeting for this. Then create a memorial display for them. You can either buy one or wait until one shows up at the park at Crow's Crossing. The other 2 steps are easy and you really don't need me to explain them. The fourth and final helper is the Grim Enthusiast, who can be found at nearly every Ravenwood festival. Keep an eye out for them wherever you go. They also have 2 favors to ask of you. Doing them will give you the Advocate and the Fool's cards. The first quest will take you to the Spectre Graves in Crow's Crossing and introduce you to Waylon the Soul Salesman, if you haven't already met him. The second quest requires you to meet Grimm himself. This can be done in a few different ways. You can get a job as a Reaper. If you did the Reaper's Reward event, you can use the Grimmophone to summon Grimm. If you have the Crystal's Creation Kit, there's a special gemstone that you can use to summon Grimm once you get skilled enough in the Gemology skill. Or you can get him to visit the old-fashioned way. If you know, you know. If you've done all 8 favors, you should have 8 cards now. If you're waiting on specific days to roll around, don't worry, you can start on the rest of the collection and come back to the helpers when the time is right. 4 cards are hidden in the crypts, and there's one rule that determines whether you get them or not. Go to any Ravenwood crypt. Choose Explore the Underground Crypts. This is a rabbit hole, so speed up time or manage another sim while you wait. You'll get a series of text pop-ups inside. When you're given a choice, always pick the option that finds something. Look for language like remove the brick and stick your hand inside, or anything that implies searching. The passive options won't yield any cards. The 4 crypt cards are Swords, Wands, Cups, and Coins, which are the suit cards of the deck. For me, these happened literally one right after the other, and it didn't take very much time at all. Waylon is a ghost vendor near the Crypt of Eternity. You should have already met him when doing the Grim Enthusiast favors. He has 2 cards that you can purchase from him, the Chariot and the Hermit. As long as you can afford his prices, getting these cards is a dawdle. Simply click on Waylon, Mysterious Merchandise, and purchase Wares, spelt with a Z. Remember back when you got your first card? This was the High Spellcaster card, and it gives your sim the ability to use Intuition. You can use Intuition on certain landmarks and items around Ravenwood to find 7 different cards. Each card has an in-game clue. I'll give you the translations so you're not left having to guess. Within the hollow of an ancient tree, 2 cards lie hidden for those who see. Travel to Morningvale and find the guardian tree where Alice resides. If you haven't completed Alice's Sorrow yet, I've got a guide for that. The link is in the description. Once there, use Intuition on the tree. Rinse and repeat until you have found both the Justice and the Star cards. To find the card of Suspension's Plight, search through Crow's Crossing graves with careful sight. And among the gravestones in Crow's Crossing there, where the departed rest in silent despair. These are easy. Go to the Spectre's graves where Waylon hangs out and use Intuition on the gravestones to get the Suspension and the Wheel of Fortune cards. By the eerie waters of Baleful Bog. Again, the Sims team made this clue easy. Simply go to Baleful Bog and use Intuition on the bog itself until you find the Empress card. In the depths of the Well of Longing and Regret. We know where we have to go for these 2. Let's say hi to Edith, and while you're there, use Intuition on the well. It might take a couple of tries, but don't give up until you get the Evil and the Tower cards. In the heart of Crow's Crossing, where specters roam, converse with the restless souls through their tales of catharsis. Now, this is the most non-obvious clue in the entire collection. Your sim must have a negative moodlet to trigger the right interaction. Here's how to set it up. Get your sim uncomfortable or sad, whatever's easiest. Then find a specter, one of those cute blob ghosts that hang around the playground in Crow's Crossing. Click on them and choose Seek Catharsis to get the Temperance card. That interaction only appears when you have a negative moodlet. Without it, the option will not be there. Befriend a crow. You really can't get any more obvious than that. Buy a crow from Waylon or find one in build mode and interact with it until you're friends, and it will give you the world. Literally, the world card. When the moon is full and night sky bright, and the Moon Revelry Festival is alight. The Moon Revelry Festival happens every night. Go to the festival location and find the dirt piles. They're scattered around the area. There's 3 or 4 of them around. Choose Rummage and dig until the moon card is yours. Now the clue says when the moon is full, but when I tried this, the moon was a waxing crescent, so it would seem that it doesn't actually matter what lunar phase you're in to be able to get the card. When 25 cards you have amassed, Death himself shall appear at last. Once you have all 25 cards, open your Sim's inventory, click on the collection, and choose Summon Death. The Grim Reaper will appear and give you the final card, the Death card. Now, I would recommend that you do this on your home lot because it took ages for Grim to make his way to me when I did this. Also, when you summon Grim using the cards, you cannot interact with him in any way. He is literally just there to give you his card. This completes the collection, and now you can click on the collection and choose Complete Deck to turn it into Lady Ravendancer's tarot deck. Alongside the usual draw reading interaction, this deck also gives you the ability to perform meditative divination with 3 different options. Affirmation Healing removes 1 negative moodlet, Divine Slumber gives your sim a +1 happy moodlet, and Summon Lady Ravendancer summons Lady Ravendancer Goth herself in her ghost form. She can be interacted with like any other ghost sim in the game. There have been some simmers in the forums who have reported that they've collected all 25 cards, but the Summon Death option doesn't appear on the deck in their inventory. If this happens to you, there are a few things you can do to try to fix it. First, check that you actually have all 25 cards. Enable cheats and right-click on your sim and click Reset Sim. Finally, try reloading the save or loading an earlier save if all else fails. If you're working through the full Life and Death content, Alice's Sorrow and the Baleful Bog Ghost Mechanic guides are linked below. They connect to this location at the Guardian Tree and the Baleful Bog Intuition Step. If this video helped, please hit the like button or hype the video so YouTube knows to show it to more people. And I'll see you in the next one.